Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 edition of the Lionsgate Home Media Collection stream, featuring me and Movie&GameLover98. It's also possible that we might even get Jake Martin to come join the stream, but that depends on whether or not he's available. But I know Movie&GameLover98 will be available to stream with us or stream with me during this stream. Put the link to the stream over there. Oh, a SpongeBob reference? The hooks. It's a possible. It's a SpongeBob reference, right? But anyway. Hey!
Hey, Full Clover returns. How are we doing? Testing here, the mic testing to the mic.
Great! I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I think so, yes.
All right.
This topic. Yep, I heard this topic. We're going to be doing Lionsgate releases.
We don't really have much, except I have some Clifford releases, and I know you have a couple of them. But most of the stuff that you have for Lionsgate is Thomas stuff, and you can also show off your LeapFrog titles that Lionsgate reprinted that Warner Brothers originally put out.
Yeah, the first 5 LeapFrog releases to be exact, Flicka. Yeah, and I do have something cool to show you, but I'll save that when we get to the Thomas releases eventually.
All right, but before that, however, I have some Clifford stuff from Lionsgate to show off.
Yep. Okay, I've only got 2 Clifford releases, and luckily we're not going to explain stuff about home media releases.
Oh,
just to make it faster.
Oh, hi, Husky Dog 88. Glad you're in the chat box in the stream. I don't mind you saying my actual name, but there are some that don't like saying their actual name, and Movie&GameLover98 is one of them that does not like it when his first name is shared. Jake Martin doesn't like it either, but I'm fine with that, Husky Dog 88.
By the way, let's start with the first Clifford release.
All right. All right. This is Everyone Loves Clifford and Good Friends, Good Times, released on the 1st of February 2005.
Yep,
This
that was after.
DVD recently turned 20 years old. I did watch that video, but here are the episodes list. I'm not going to list them off just to save time. But comes in this cool red case.
Yes, some Thomas DVD releases come in red cases. Just a few, not all of them do. Yep, I know I still have the Doggy Detectives DVD and the other.
And you can show that one off right after I show you the next Clifford release.
Okay, since we're only going by releases by, well, Lionsgate, yeah.
Here is Clifford Tries His Best in Clifford's Schoolhouse. Surprisingly enough, those releases, I'd have to agree with you, Husky Dog 88. It kind of reminds me of that Clifford episode, To Catch a Bird, which will be one of the episodes that will be on the next release, so stay tuned. But anyway, what's very interesting is that Clifford Tries His Best and Clifford Schoolhouse were previously released on VHS in 2001. But this is the first DVD release of those videos. And they all are from season 1. Whereas Everyone Loves Clifford and Good Friends, Good Times contain a mix of episodes from season 1 and season 2. All right. That was Clifford Tries His Best in Clifford's Schoolhouse.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh yeah, Doggy Detectives, time for that.
Yep. I also have that.
Yep. We all know this was the last Clifford the Big Red Dog release to be put on both VHS and DVD at the same time. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Only the first 4 episodes on this DVD are on the VHS, but the DVD contains 8.
That's what I like about DVDs. They include more stuff.
And remember when I mentioned To Catch a Bird? This is the one of the episodes on this DVD.
Which
and
is a...
let me tell you, it is a bad episode. Jetta accusing Emily Elizabeth is completely uncalled for. What she did really hurt Emily Elizabeth's feelings, and Clifford knew deep down inside that she did nothing wrong. Emily did nothing wrong, but Jetta was being a complete jerk to her. Another thing that questions me is when I popped this DVD into the player, it had the FHE Kids Dog and Doghouse logo at the beginning and end of the program, but it is nowhere on the packaging. That is what questions me as
my
to why.
packaging. Yeah, my packaging's different from yours. Look at my copy. Mine's the Scholastic version.
Oh, mine still is a Scholastic version, but this originally came from this red case originally came from a Sesame Street DVD, which
Okay,
is
was
a
it?
sticker.
Okay, well, that's why it has the Warner Brothers sticker on the, because it came from a Sesame Street release. Okay, so I think that's done with this DVD of Doggy Detectives.
All right. I have 3 Clifford DVDs released in 2006.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to have the one DVD that has the bad episode on that DVD.
All right, here is the New Baby on the Block.
Yeah, which unfortunately has the bad episode, which I don't. Well, luckily I can skip it because it's a DVD. Thank goodness.
And I would not really call that episode bad, but just mediocre. I'd say it's meh. It's a really cool premise seeing Jeddah get a new baby brother Cosmo, but
Well, I'm talking about the episode where Jeddah makes the loud noises and wakes him up.
yeah,
That's the one.
that happens later in the episode. She makes the loud noises and wakes Cosmo up. That part of it is completely uncalled for. But at least
Yeah,
her mother
something.
calls her out for it, which is a plus. I would have to agree with you on those episodes reminding me of some Clifford episodes, Husky Dog 88. And here is the disc for the New Baby on the Block. Yes.
I guess since I'll now show this thing I got, like Lover Returns. I guess I'll show it since we showed something about the DVD New Baby on the Block or just anything.
Sure.
Here's a cool Thomas Wooden Railway item I got from eBay 2 days ago. This Happy Birthday Thomas and boxcar from Wooden Railway. I decided, why not? I need to have something Thomas of my own Thomas Wooden Railway in my collection after so many years. And I chose this item and it looks cool. It's in decent enough condition.
All right.
Okay, let me put this item back.
Here is the second of the 3 Clifford DVDs released in 2006. And this is Growing Up with Clifford, released on the 25th of July 2006. And I also forgot to tell you the release dates for the previous. Clifford Tries His Best in Clifford Schoolhouse was also released on the 1st of February 2005. Doggy Detectives was released on the 23rd of August 2005.
Yeah.
And New Baby on the Block was released on the 7th of February 2006, whereas this, Growing Up with Clifford, is released on the 25th of July of 2006.
Yep, that was about less than a month before the Dragon Tales Experience New Things DVD came out.
And here's the disc for Growing Up with Clifford. And like Doggy Detectives and New Baby on the Block, it contains a mix of episodes from seasons 1 and 2. But on Doggy Detectives, it has more season 1 than season 2. Doggy Detectives has more season 1 episodes than season 2. New Baby on the Block has season 1 and season 2 episodes perfectly split, and Growing Up with Clifford has more season 2 episodes than season 1.
But I mean, with this show, since there's only 2 seasons, it's really just, they look the same. It's just different stuff happening. That's why. Unlike with Dragon Tales, they kept switching their animations every season. Well, no, they switched their animation in seasons 2 and 3 of Dragon Tales.
Yeah, the music was slightly altered in the second season with more pizzicato added.
Yeah, and I didn't bring live action Clifford with me at all for Clifford Returns. That's only if we can do the whole Clifford collection and the Paramount Home Media Collection stream.
Well, I do plan to do the Clifford collection on the 25th of August, or because the 4th of September of 2000, or actually the 29th of August, because the 4th of September falls on the Thursday, which I'm not available to stream on that day. So I'll be showing them off on August 29th.
That could possibly do the trick. Well,
to answer your question, I do have the LeapFrog spawned. And anyway, the episodes for Clifford's Big Halloween, they are like the VHS, because the first 4 episodes are on the 2002 VHS, but then we get 4 bonus episodes that are exclusive to DVD.
That's a bit interesting.
And it's got more season 1 episodes than of season 2. Much like with Doggy Detectives. All right. That was the last 2006 release. And now, here's something that Movie&GameLover98 and I both have.
Obviously, Doghouse Adventures.
Yeah. And Clifford's Big Halloween was released on the 12th of September, 2006, even though it could have been released in October. But Doghouse Adventures was released on the 6th of February, 2007. I don't think he likes Caillou at all.
No, Caillou, please. Only I like the stuff with the live-action stuffed animals in puppet form. That's the only things I like about Caillou. But the actual episodes themselves are just terrible, no matter the season.
So, this contains, again, more season 1 episodes than anything else on Doghouse Adventures. I have 5 more Clifford releases left to show off.
Okay, then I can show the 5 LeapFrog releases. Just like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Like I said, C. Clifford, L. LeapFrog, T. Thomas. Because I don't think you have anything after Clifford by Lionsgate at all. Well, despite you have some Thomas DVDs reprinted by Lionsgate.
All right. Here is Playtime with Clifford, released on the 8th of January, 2008. And this comes with a special case that almost looks like it's from an international country rather than the, but this is still a US release.
Those carrying cases you see like Australia.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. But this is a US DVD that has that feature.
I know, and sorry for saying the thing out loud, but I know that's where those come from, those carrying cases.
All right. So, again, it has more season 1 episodes than of season 2, which is and here's the disc for Playtime with Clifford.
Yeah, I know I'll say this right now, Flick. I know you don't have that much Tosswood Railway in your possession that much anymore. While you're grabbing the next one, I was just telling you, Flick, you don't have that much Tosswood Railway like I do. Well, as you're grabbing the next Clifford released by Lionsgate.
No, not really.
Even though I know you grew up with that merchandise a little.
Yeah.
Well,
here's another DVD that comes in the same carrying case as before, but this is called A Big Help, released on the 9th of September 2008. And this one only contains 5 episodes, 3 from season 1 and 2 from season 2.
Yeah,
for A Big Help.
Yeah, a specific Thomas DVD when we get to that eventually, Flicka. One of them actually did get a carrying case design, but it was a Lionsgate reprint, but I'll show it when we get to it eventually.
And this is one of the only Clifford releases that actually contains previews for some hit entertainment stuff, like Thomas and Friends, The Great Discovery, Barney and Friends, The Best of Barney, and even Bob the Builder, On-Site Houses and Playgrounds.
I know you skipped those trailers because you don't care for Barney or Bob the Builder, obviously.
Yeah, the only hit entertainment show I do like is Thomas.
With vehicles, that is, and I know the only hit entertainment one you like with Muppets is Frog. Yeah. Which I don't...
Yeah.
I know Froggle Rock, you don't have any DVDs of that yet.
Nope. More releases left.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got. Next.
I don't think he has. Have you? He's asking you if you ever used GoAnimate/Beyond.
No, I don't use that kind of stuff. What is... I've never heard of what
It's like an animation website where you can make your own animation.
I don't do that stuff.
Or Rapper Offline or Flash Themes. I don't think you've ever used either of those.
I don't use those, anyway.
That's Dog Days of Summer.
Released sometime
2011.
Yep, at least there's a PBS Kids logo on the back of this DVD.
Yeah, but there is no PBS Kids logo in the actual program itself. Again, has 5 stories. 4 of them are from season 1 this time, and there's only 1 season 2 episode, which is the last episode, Jetta's Sweater.
Okay, I noticed you were getting the locks open, because I noticed yours was in a lock case.
Here's the disc for Dog Days of Summer. I have 2 more releases. All right. Here is Best Buddies.
Best Buddies, yeah.
I have used I have used Go Animate and Beyond a long time ago, but I no longer use it anymore. But I haven't used the ladders. I haven't used Wrapper Offline or Flash Themes. Anyway, this is Best Buddies, released in 2012. And this one contains 6 stories. Once again, it has 5 season 1 episodes and only 1 season 6 episode. 5 season 1 episodes and 1 season 2 episode. The only season 2 episode is Jetta's sneak peek, but everything else is from season 1. Here's the disc for Best Buddies. And
it's named after an event you do in school. I'm surprised Lionsgate made that as a title, but anyway.
Alright, and this last Clifford release that I have was released in 2013. And that is Celebrate with Clifford. And
Yep.
This comes with a library sticker, but I'm not showing off. I'm not telling you the location because for safety reasons. So it originally, but I will say it originally came from, let's just say, some library, which we don't know.
Yeah, I never say that stuff either, but anyway, that's a cool design.
And this contains 7 stories, and they reuse the masters of the episodes from previous DVD releases. Probably because it costs money. I don't use Going Animate because it probably because it costs money, either that or it requires me to make multiple accounts, which is kind of irritating, but it is what it is. Here's the disc for Celebrate with Clifford, and there's a surprise bonus disc, which is a Lionsgate reprint of the Artisan DVD, Happy Birthday Clifford. And all right, that was all the Clifford releases. Before we get into Thomas stuff, Movie&GameLover98 would like to show off LeapFrog titles that were re-released by Lionsgate that were originally released by Warner Brothers.
Okay, this time I'm just showing just the... Well, this is the similar way, but like I did in the Warner Brothers Home Media Collection stream from... I did in the WB Home Media Collection stream from last year, but I'm just going to show these 5 that just got Lionsgate reprints. Obviously, we got to do Letter Factory and the next one, Talking Words Factory. I know these got updated designs, which I'm never getting because these originals look better. Because they remind me, they throw me back to my childhood almost of the LeapPad designs, except the LeapPad character designs, and what they did in LeapPad book style, but they changed their animations of their clothes a little bit. Like, I know how different Leap, Lily, and Tad look in these videos compared to the books. Well, in the books, I think Lily looks almost the same, except they changed her shirt design a bit. But Leap and Tad, we had to explain them. Tad's overalls are the same. They just didn't add him a shirt in the LeapPad design. Well, yeah. I gotta show the disc right now. Well, I know what the discs look like. At least they changed their poster arts. Here's Talking Words Factory, the other one that released on the same day as the Letter Factory VHS and DVD. This one released the same time as the VHS counterpart of this. Yeah, so sorry about the fading on this one, Flick. I should have just taken the insert from the copy that was in a Mega Replay in my state back in 2019 when there was a big DVD sale going on. I should have just taken the pamphlet or parent guide from the copy that I wanted from my copy and just put it into a Thomas DVD. You know, when I got the Dragon Tales It's Cool to Be Me DVD, technically, I should have just taken the parent guide from this copy with the faded artwork and put it into that DVD. Oh yeah, this right here in the I don't think I'm going to show inserts, nah. But I was going to tell you this is the parent guide. The only one I'm missing with the parent guide is Letter Factory, and I don't know why. I guess if you got it when it first released back in 2003. But anyway, here's Math Circus. I'm just showing these in chronological order because the reasons I'm showing like the numbers on the spine Clifford Returns. So this one goes obviously after the original Talking Words Factory, and then Code Word Caper is next. Yep, and this is already a 21-year-old video of Math Circus video on both VHS and DVD. Well, along with Talking Words Factory 2, the Code Word Caper, yeah, like I said, these got stupid designs when they got re-released by Lionsgate, because I guess they couldn't use the original designs because they just retired them after 2007. So they just... But at least like the program, it still has the original designs, but I like these original DVD releases better.
Yeah.
I know you still gotta watch all these Flick Love Returns. I think you could find these in stores, maybe. Well, in stores that have older DVDs, not stores today, no. Not stores that have modern media, no, but stuff that has old DVDs like this. But anyway, here's Talking Words Factory 2 Code Word Caper, which I'm surprised you can find this in Math Circus by Lionsgate solo, or you can get them in a double pack together, but for some reason I wanted these separately on DVD because I like their, like I said, I love the original designs, and I don't like having one single release, or even if it's a reprint of these first 5 by Lionsgate with the updated designs, which look terrible.
Yeah.
Let's all please agree that, yeah.
I like the older LeapFrog design better.
Yeah, you'll like these on the coaster arts of these DVDs, plus them in the actual programs. They look amazing. Like here's an example of what I said. Like, yes, here's Tad and Lily, like their shoes. Like, look how they painted their shoes on there. They paint them different colors to tell them apart. Well, they colored them different colors. But I gotta admit, Leaf's design is also amazing. How they gave him a long sleeve sweater, whereas in the videos he wore some kind of short sleeve vest. And I like how the pants in their designs in the videos cover up their legs. Because I guess kids didn't want to see their legs up close, but anyway. Alright, this is coming up on a 20-year-old video. Learn to read at the Storybook Factory. Yep, we all know this released a couple weeks after the Thomas home media product Calling All Engines released on VHS and DVD at the same time. And yes, I know coming up, unfortunately, this will be I know this is unfortunately upsetting Flicka, but I know I have lots of Thomas stuff. That the Thomas Pit Stop, like I know the Pit Stop Channel Sprout, which is the preschool version of PBS Kids in a way, that was originally was called, but they changed it to Universal Kids. I know that unfortunately shut down, which was unfortunate, but at least I know we'll try to do something in honor of the 20th anniversary of Sprout, even though it already shut down.
Yeah.
But anyway, now this is another one I don't have the pamphlet for. Learn to read the Storybook Factory. If I get maybe another version, I will... Well, not another copy, because this copy... All these copies play fine. I just need to find the insert, that is. Yeah. But for some reason, I know in this videos, this is opposite. I know how... Yeah, Dan Dog... Unfortunately, in this video, Dan Dog's design, unfortunately, they show his legs when he has his clothes on, which unfortunately upsets me. But the rest of them, they have good designs. And it was also funny, I know, at the beginning of this video, which you haven't watched at all, Flicka, where basically, I didn't know that Mr. Websley was Della Duck's dad, which kind of shocked me.
I never knew that either.
Well, you haven't watched any of these LeapFrog videos. I know you don't have any of these on VHS, the first 4, or all of these on DVD. Okay. Well, I guess I'll explain some more stuff. Yeah, around this video, like I'll just explain it because even though I already reviewed this DVD, around this DVD and the other LeapFrog release that didn't get re-released by Lionsgate, only by Porchlight Entertainment, Tad's voice changed. And Lily's voice sounded more like she was in a teenage voice. Yeah. Whereas in the first 4, Tad sounded like a stuffed up kid voice, but this one he almost sounds almost like a little girl, kind of like if you've seen the our earlier Dragon Tales episodes where Cassie's voice sounded kind of higher pitched because she sounded like a 4-year-old girl. The examples would be in The Forest of Darkness or Cool School or the talent pool of season 1 of Dragon Tales.
Oh, and what about Not a Problem? That was another episode where that happened.
And where Ord's voice, he was sounding like a teenager in a way. But anyway, this is the last LeapFrog release, Learn to Read the Story Factory. And the reason I'm going to hold these up together, like this, facing all their spines flicker, because all 5 of these got put into a box set in 2006, which I want to hunt down that box set, and maybe I could probably do an update where I show the box set, but only when I show the box set I go to the recent LeapFrog release, which is the last one, which is a supplemental to but anyway.
All right.
And okay, now I think that's done with all the LeapFrog releases. Now we move on to Thomas DVDs, but even though these are all Anchor Bay, these got Lionsgate releases anyway.
I'm only going to show the ones that I have that got I'll show them off.
At the same time I show a Thomas release that originally was an Anchor Bay one. I think this one, the similar way when I did the Universal one last week, we will start with Thomas Gets Tricked, because obviously this one, I think this one did get a Lionsgate re-release by itself on DVD. I think it did, or unless not, it's in the double feature with Percy's Ghostly Trick on DVD. That's the only way to find a Lionsgate print of Thomas Gets Tricked, is in a double feature with Percy's Ghostly Trick. Or I think this is appropriate. The similar way with the Universal one, I show Thomas Gets Tricked off first. But I'm pretty sure Thomas Gets Tricked got a Lionsgate release on DVD by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Thomas Gets Tricked, of course. Yeah. Similar thing with the Universal one, but now of course we're starting with Thomas Gets Tricked, and we're going to James Learns a Lesson. Because, yeah, I know you only have the Universal release in the Anchor-based slim case variant of James Learns a Lesson. But I have a funny story to say about this flicker. When I got this with Wooden Railway Duncan back in the day, it was a Lionsgate reprint in a slimmer case. I was like, that is so bizarre. I mean, it's more decorative, even though I like the original Anchor Bay release better, but yeah, when I got that from eBay, I was like, okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting the original 2005 release. Because you know me, I hate these Lionsgate reprints of older Thomas DVDs. Well, I say this one's a Lionsgate reprint, because remember, I got this in a Wooden Railway pack with Duncan, in a Wooden Train bonus pack with Wooden Railway Duncan back in the day. But I think a better solution to obviously get this release with, even though it's strange, this does come with a Wooden Railway Percy, but I know I would never get this with Wooden Railway Percy, even though I want to, because I don't want 2 identical thick case copies of James Learns a Lesson thick case by Anchor Bay, because it's literally the same, so I'm probably just going to get the Anchor Bay slim case of this soon. But yeah, I can't remember I'm bringing up this story flick of how I got this in a Lionsgate slimmer case reprint.
Wow!
With Duncan. But it's strange because Duncan's not in any of the episodes on this release.
Yeah. I think the Lionsgate slim case editions look a little bit more weird than the Anchor Bay ones, because the Hit Entertainment logo is squashed up across. It's
kind of like a similar one I'll explain with that when we get to a Thomas DVD moment. But anyway, Trust Thomas is next. This is also another way we did the Universal one last week. Trust Thomas can be found by a Lionsgate reprint by itself or in a double feature with a big day for Thomas. But okay, with this one, Flicker, we're going to Thomas Gets Bummed, because a big day for Thomas is much later, because I have so many Thomas Home Media Collection releases to show. Well, Thomas Home Media releases to show in this collection stream, but despite their Anchor Bay releases, they got Lionsgate re-releases. Well, some of them did. Some of them, I say reprint or re-release. This one got a reprint because it got a universal release double feature as well, Trust Thomas, with Big Day for Thomas.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll get the slimmer case of Anchor Bay release of Trust Thomas. Like I said, with James One's a lesson, I don't need two identical thick case copies because they look identically the same. I guess just have one backup just in case one of them stops working. But anyway, Toss Gets Bumped is obviously next. That one obviously got a Lionsgate re-release. Yeah, I even saw what the Lionsgate re-release cover art of this release even looked like, even though I like the original Hit Entertainment logo better. This is another one I'll probably just downsize to a slimmer case. Well, even though I don't need two DVD copies of Toss Gets Bumped, because it's literally identical to the 2003 VHS, which I don't have that.
All right. So
Okay.
the first Lionsgate reprint I have that was originally put out by Anchor Bay is obviously Thomas Percy and the Dragon.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people just get multiple variations of the same Thomas release on DVD, even though it's because it's like their favorite. If you even like the release so much, I don't know why you need so many versions of it. Maybe I should have kept the slim case copy of this, even though the booklet, when I got the slim case copy from eBay back in 2023, it wouldn't stay in the slim case, even though you can find replacement slim cases online. Maybe I should have kept the thinner case, or slim case, I should say. Yeah, and I know we're going straight to Percy Takes the Plunge next, which I know yours is also a Lionsgate reprint as well. Or, yeah, I think... No, I don't think your... Or I think your Percy Takes the Plunge is a Lionsgate re-release.
Speaking of Percy Takes the Plunge, you are right.
Yep. This one also, yep, we know this got a Lionsgate re-release in the US and Canada. Yep. All I need is the slipcover for mine if Percy Takes the Plunge. That's why I like this original Anchor Bay release better. If you got this first run back in the day, back in 2008, you could have gotten this with a slipcover. Even though I know you don't mind if yours don't have slipcovers or not. It's kind of like if you find these Disney movies on Blu-ray, I think you don't care if they come with slipcovers or not. The Blu-ray versions that come with DVDs for Disney films, you like saying you don't care if they have slipcovers or not. Yep, Percy Takes the Plunge, aka the DVD title of Days and the Other Stories. And then James Goes Buzz Buzz. This one obviously got a Lionsgate re-release, but it can be found in a Lionsgate re-release double feature with Thomas the Special Letter. Yeah, and I'm not explaining the box sets that this comes in either. Mine's the booklet. Anyways, Percy's Ghostly Trick is next. I know this got a Lionsgate re-release, but I got this glow-in-the-dark slipcover.
Yeah, this is one of the Thomas releases that I don't have a Lionsgate reprint for. I have the original Anchor Bay print of that.
But I know this can be found in two Lionsgate double features. Look, despite they still play the Anchor Bay logo, which I like, despite I hate the Lionsgate re-releases, or Lionsgate re-release of this product, rather, they still play the Anchor Bay logo if you get the double feature by Lionsgate. Yeah. This can be found in two double features by Lionsgate, which are for both Toss Gets Tricked and Halloween Adventures. I guess if you want to make it a cool Halloween treat, get this in the double feature with Halloween Adventures, which is much farther down the line, Toss's Halloween Adventures.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's a whole bunch of Lionsgate reprints of classic series stuff that have the same Anchor Bay logos and stuff at the beginning.
Yeah, they just play all the same ways. Basically, I know because Best of Thomas, all the way up to Rusty the Rescue, they always use the Anchor Bay logo, despite if you get the Lionsgate re-release of the original. Because speaking of that, Rusty the Rescue is next, and I know yours is going to be a Lionsgate re-release of Rusty to the Rescue.
Yeah, but after that, I don't have any more Lionsgate reprints until we get into A Big Day for Thomas.
Which, yeah, bringing up something with that. But anyway, here's Rusty the Rescue, obviously. I remember mine had a security tab security sticker on my Rusty the Rescue DVD. I actually blurred out someone's previous owner's name on the sticker. I told them my name is not this name. I shouldn't have brought that up in my HMRs. I should have just left it alone. But anyway, Rusty the Rescue is all done. Yes, the very last Thomas DVD that Anchor Bay released, but this was the last one, classic series release that Lionsgate re-released. Technically, in that order. But anyway, next up, Thomas the Special Letter. This one, along with James Goes Buzz Buzz, was in the Lionsgate double feature. But this can be found by Lionsgate by itself. Yeah, I know, not explaining what's going on with this DVD, but when we show Thomas Home Media Collection just Thomas releases only, that's when we explain what's wrong with these releases. So, let's just... But I gotta admit, I like how I wish this DVD was released the same time as the 2002 VHS. I would have wished we could have gotten Thomas the Special Letter on both VHS and DVD at the same time in 2002. Instead of just waiting 5 years to put it on... 5 years and... Yeah, basically 5 years and 15 days later to put it on DVD. They could have just put it on DVD the same time as that 2002 VHS. And the similar thing with the next Thomas DVD I'm going to show off, which Thomas's Friends Help Out, which not only did this get re-released by Lionsgate, which maintains the original poster art, and what the hell? Why was my thing starting to lag? But anyway, Thomas's Friends Help Out, where this, like I said, sorry?
You can, why don't you try saying what you said before?
Well, basically what I said is that I wished Thomas and the Special Letter 2007 DVD, they put the DVD of Thomas the Special Letter out at the same time as the VHS. But for some reason, Anchor Bay delayed the DVD of Special Letter 5 years and 15 days because the VHS of 2002 VHS of Special Letter released in March 5th, 2002 originally, and they waited 5 years and 15 days to release it on DVD. I don't know why. Couldn't they just release the DVD at the same time as the VHS? I guess Anchor Bay didn't want to. And the similar thing right here with Thomas's Friends Help Out. Maybe I just need to talk a little slower because I think I'm talking a little too fast.
All right.
Maybe if I just talk.
I trying to say something about that before it lagged.
Well, now I will explain Thomas's Friends Help Out, where this has the poster art used for the Lionsgate re-release, the first Lionsgate re-release to be exact, but there's also a boxcar design that just shortened it to just Friends Help Out, which I don't like that release at all, because it just steals the pictures of the promos of the characters from Calling All Engines, but I like this one because it reminds me of the 2002 VHS, which I never grew up with as a kid, but I like the poster art. I just wish this DVD was released at the same time as the 2002 VHS back in July 2002, because I know it says 2002 on the back of the DVD of Friends Help Out, despite this came out in 2003. But I'm not getting the second Lionsgate version of Thomas's Friends Help Out, where it's shortened to Friends Help Out. I'm not getting that version. This original one will always remain better. Alright, now we go on to Henry and the Elephant, or aka the DVD retitle of Gallant Old Engine. I'm surprised this one got a Lionsgate re-release. There's Henry and the Elephant, the original release, because this one did get a Lionsgate re-release. Now to Sing Along and Stories. yes, this got a Lionsgate re-release, but has this poster art flick up. But there's also I mentioned that before, this got the Lionsgate retitle Hop on Board Songs and Stories, which both of us don't have. Despite I want to get it so bad because it has a cool bonus CD, but it has the same content as this. The only reason I would get Hop on Board Songs and Stories is because the bonus CD has some songs that were exclusive to CD that weren't put on other CDs before. Basically, those two songs in Hop on Board Songs and Stories bonus CD are the Engine Roll Call song and Island song, whereas the other ones can be found in other CD samplers. Maybe I'll hunt down that Hop on Board Songs and Stories release with the slipcover. Well, I'll put the slipcover over this one, to be exact. Yeah, this is another instance. Why did this DVD get delayed to May 2006, where they could have just put this DVD at the same time as the VHS? But I guess that's beyond me, because... Okay. And now, skipping straight to Thomas's Friends Get Along, which this one also, like I said, got a re-release from 2009, which looks just like this, or it got a box card retitle called The Runaway Engine. Even though I think I want to get it, Flicka, probably not, because I like this design better. Despite it has... Well, you know what I mean? Because I don't know why... I guess Anchor Bay and Hit Entertainment had to wait a while to put this on DVD, because the VHS was from 2000, way before Thomas Magic Railroad was out. I wish they could have just put this on DVD in 2002 or 3, to be honest, instead of just waiting to put this on DVD in 2004. And the similar thing with Thomas Comes to Breakfast, where this has the Lionsgate re-release, where basically they change the filter on Thomas's face, or you get the boxcar design, retitled to Pop Goes the Diesel, which I don't think I need that, honestly. All I'm trying to do is find the slim case artwork of Thomas Comes to Breakfast, where it just changed the filter of Thomas's face. That's another reason I'm going to get the slim case variant of Thomas Comes to Breakfast, Flicka, is because they changed the filter of Thomas's face. Where, despite that's a Thomas from the wrong episode, at least it makes sense to put Thomas on the front. That's all that matters. That's correct to put Thomas there, because the title's called Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Okay, now it's time to go to A Big Day for Thomas.
All right.
Okay. And for this one, Flicka, since we're nearing the Season 5 releases, I only brought the 4 episodic releases, minus Christmas Wonderland, but I did bring Trackside Tunes to see if that was correct after I finished Make Someone Happy. Because I think Trackside Tunes Trackside Tunes did get a Lionsgate re-release. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, here's Big Day for Thomas. I wish this was released on DVD the same time as that 2003 VHS.
Yeah.
But nope. Anchor Bay and Hit Entertainment waited, what, 3 years and a couple of months to put this on DVD?
Yeah. They should have done the same for other ones like Thomas Percy and the Dragon, Thomas Gets Bumped, and Trust Thomas. Put that out on DVD at the same time as the VHS.
Well, it said that I had to incorporate the Ghislaine Pictures logo, but around the time Ghislaine Entertainment was shut down already. Yep, I know Big Day for Thomas. Also in this one, it can be found by Lionsgate by itself, or in a double feature with Trust Thomas. Or you can find this with cool flashcards, Flick Love Returns, which I should have kept the flashcards. Well, no, I don't. No, not this one. The other release, I'll say. I should have kept the flashcards. Not this release, silly me. But this one did come with flashcards. The Big Day for Thomas. Yeah. What? Anyways, next up to Cranky Bugs, which some people say this Lionsgate re-release of this release is rare. Even though it's obviously fine by me because I don't need that. I like this original 2002 DVD better of Cranky Bugs.
Yeah.
Yep. There's Cranky. Well, there's not much to say about Cranky Bugs, even though we all know it's the very first season 5 episodic release. Yeah, I guess it's fair for Anchor Bay and Ghislaine to put this on DVD in 2002 because, like I said, they didn't do DVDs until for episodic Thomas DVDs. They didn't do it until 2001. But I guess, or they could have just done this along with Races, Rescues, and Runaways, which is next. They could have put all those on DVD in 2001, the same time they got reprinted on VHS one last time. For this release first for Cranky Bugs, and the next one with Races, Rescues, and Runaways. I don't know why Anchor Bay and Ghislaine didn't re-release these on DVD the same time that they got reprinted on VHS one last time, and the similar thing I'm going to also say with 10 Years of Thomas.
Yeah, and the only two Season 5 title releases that are Lionsgate reprints that I have are Spills and Chills and Make Someone Happy, but that's it.
Okay, and then Races, Rescues, and Runaways. This can be found in some Lionsgate stuff. This can be found by itself by Lionsgate or in a double feature with On Site with Thomas, one of the pack miniseries releases to be put in a bonus double pack with this. Despite the pack series is narrated by Michael Brandon and this is narrated by Alec Baldwin. Well, I guess it makes sense because Alec Baldwin did originally narrate the 2 pilot episodes for Jack Jumps In and A Friend in Need. I guess that makes it a whammy to have 2 different narrators, basically. Anyways, 10 Years of Thomas. This one, along with the first 2 Season 5 releases, should have gotten these should have gotten DVD releases in 2000. Well, I guess they had to wait till after Best of Thomas, so I guess that's why they put them on DVD in 2002. This one could have gotten a DVD in 2002 after the VHS got reprinted one last time in 2001. Just wait a couple months to put it out on DVD in 2002, Anchor Bay, or originally Ghislaine, because this is the 2005 Hit Entertainment DVD release. Yeah, and even though it's also strange, look at the Lionsgate re-release of 10 Years of Thomas, the thicker case to be exact, that one, I'm surprised that one they still put the collector's edition, whereas the best ofs they don't. If you have the Lionsgate re-release of 10 Years of Thomas, which you don't have, just the slimmer case by Anchor Bay. Okay, now into Spills and Chills.
Yeah. Here is... I actually got this back in 2009.
Surprised lucky you did that, but I didn't do that. But luckily I got this original Anchor Bay DVD from somebody else. Anyways, there's Spills and Chills. This can be found by itself by Lionsgate or in a double feature. This also it can be found the different versions of the double feature with this and New Friends for Thomas. The Easter version or the simple double feature with this and New Friends for Thomas. Now, next up to Make Someone Happy.
I'm going to go get it real quick.
Yep. Yeah, I also understand they had to wait to put this out on DVD in 2002. But this one, Flicker, yeah, make sure to you didn't get the boxcar design of this re-release title to retitle to Really Useful Engines. Yeah, hopefully you didn't get the Lionsgate boxcar design where it's retitled to Really Useful Engines. Boom, yep. I think after this flick, I don't know if I should show Trackside Tunes next, because I think that got a Lionsgate re-release in North America, I'm pretty sure.
You can show that, because I'm pretty sure it did.
Okay, this time we're skipping both Christmas Wonderland and Magic Road, because Magic Road obviously didn't get a Lionsgate re-release because it's a movie. But Trackside Tunes we're skipping straight to. At least I'm going in order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this did get a Lionsgate re-release. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it's the carrying case design that you showed with those Clifford releases earlier. Right. Yep, there's trackside tunes. I know mine doesn't have the slipcover yet, but I think I might have an idea if I find this with the slipcover. I'll probably also get this in a Wooden Train bonus pack with a Thomas. Even though I don't really need that many Wooden Railway Thomases, because this came as a stock standard 2003 Thomas in every Wooden Train bonus pack with this release flick, as well as Thomas Gets Tricked, or Thomas Gets Bummed, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, etc., etc. Just your stock standard Thomas, not a specialized Thomas. All right. Next up to Best of Percy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this got a Lionsgate re-release all technically by itself, or you can get this in the 3 lunchbox set. I forgot to mention that with Races, Rescues, and Runaways. This Races, Rescues, and Runaways and Tales from the Tracks were in a 3 DVD lunchbox set, which I don't have Flickr, which I'm not going to probably get, even though I think I should, because it's obviously a reasons, because, well, the Tales from the Tracks VHS is rare. What? Yep, there's Best of Percy, obviously showing first. And of course, that and Best of Thomas, and the next one, James, and Gordon and 10 Years of Thomas. I forgot to mention, these can be found in a Lionsgate 6-disc pack, with also along with Thomas and the Treasure, which I actually want to find that 6-disc pack. Anyway, here's Best of Thomas, Press My Nose, I Whistle, slipcover. I'm surprised this got a Lionsgate re-release, both in a slim and a thicker case. Yeah, this one, Best of Percy, I'll just explain it. Someone showed off the Best of Percy slimmer case by Lionsgate Flickr. That's another example of how the Hit Entertainment logo is squashed up. Whereas the Anchor Bay one, it's plain. But I didn't get this in a slim case for Best of Thomas. I wanted the slipcovers for all 4 Best ofs. Then Best of James, along with Best of Thomas, which I showed previously, these two could be found in a Lionsgate double feature together. But I don't know why Lionsgate didn't put a Best of Percy and Gordon double feature together. They only did these two in a double feature individually from the others. But luckily, I didn't get the Lionsgate re-release of Best of James on DVD. Even though I think another example, this guy's copy of Best of James Lionsgate release in a slimmer case flick. Because it had like the Lionsgate and the Hit Entertainment logo was squashed up. Because it was a Lionsgate reprint it was a rental from a library, but it still had the Lionsgate stuff on it. Whereas when I rented Best of James from the library, but it was an Anchor Bay release, it had the Making Tracks Great Destinations logo with the old style Hit Entertainment logo. But yes, I remember renting this with the stupid Little Einsteins DVD because I hate Little Einsteins now. But obvious reasons, I'll say this now, because I remember my mom just made a way to borrow these, to put these on hold at the library to make me borrow this and the one Little Einsteins DVD I will not say the name of. The reason why I would probably just own the Little Einsteins DVDs anyway, Flicka, despite I hate the show itself, is to tribute these composers of these songs who, like the ones who passed away decades ago. One example is this, who performed this song. This composer named Edvard Grieg. It's kind of like saying Edward, but saying Edvard. Replacing the W with V, it's Edvard Grieg. Or like the famous composer, which for the one good Little Einsteins episode I like, but the rest of the show is BS. Johann Sebastian Bach is a great composer. That's why I would, even old Little Einsteins, despite I hate the show, is to tribute the composers who passed away decades ago, like Johann Sebastian Bach, Edvard Grieg, those are the two I can think off the top of my head.
Well, there's some more that I can help. Like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is another.
Yeah, I think there's also another one called... There's one named after the Thomas character, George the Steamroller, but he's called George's Bizet. may he rest in peace, though, from decades ago. Anyway,
And
Salty.
What about Ludwig von Beethoven?
Yeah, he's the one that composed the song "Ode to Joy." Yeah, Ludwig von Beethoven, named after a Mario Koopaling of the game series of Mario. But anyway, Salty Secret is next. This got a released by Lionsgate by itself. Obviously it's released by itself by Lionsgate, but there's also the retitle called Harvey to the Rescue Flicka, which I know both of us don't have. Because it's literally the same content. I don't know why you need the box. I don't know why they re-released these in boxcar designs, despite they have the same stuff. But anyway, Percy's Chocolate Crunch is next. This one obviously got a Lionsgate re-release by itself. And even like if you find a Totally Thomas Volume box set Flicka, what they got re-released by Lionsgate in a box set in these Totally Thomas Volume box sets, well, this one's example. This and Make Someone Happy and Spills and Chills were all together by Lionsgate, which I don't need that because I really like these original Anchor Bay releases better to obvious reasons. And that one also got a boxcar design change in 2009 as well, a second Lionsgate release, and so did James and the Red Balloon. This one also got a boxcar design, but they didn't change the name for this in Percy's Chocolate Crunch, thankfully. They just got that same style, but this one in Chocolate Crunch didn't change their names. Yep. And Thomas's Snowy Surprise. This one has some Lionsgate releases, Flicka. This one has some Lionsgate releases in multi-packs and by itself. Oh yeah, you gotta get Thomas's Snowy Surprise because you have a Lionsgate reprint of that.
Yeah. And I think the reason why I didn't show the Best of Thomas is because I have two different editions, so there's no need to show them off because they're basically the same content, but one was the original Anchor Bay and one was the Lionsgate reprint. So that's why I didn't show off Best of Thomas, because I have two copies.
It's, well, for obvious reasons, but when we show the Thomas Home Media Collection stream, you can show off both if you'd like. But anyway. Yeah, and obviously I know for Thomas's Snowy Surprise by the Lionsgate reprints.
And this is the last Classic Series Lionsgate reprint that I have.
Other than that, I think all leading up to the CGI releases, you have the only two you have are Birthday Express and Merry Christmas Thomas.
I have a few hit era releases that are Lionsgate.
Okay, well, okay. I think one of them had to be Carnival Capers. I think one has to be Carnival Capers to be exact. Well, wait, Thomas's Snowy Surprise. I know you can find this in some Lionsgate box sets. Despite it, I'm pretty sure, like, if you get the Lionsgate release in a 3-disc pack with this Solar Celebration and Carnival Capers Flicka, they will play the Lionsgate logo, despite this is the original disc artwork. Despite this has the original disc artwork, it will play the Lionsgate intro. Whereas on the reprint from 2009 by itself, it'll just play like the Anchor Bay one.
Yeah.
And I know another box set it can be found in is this 3-disc set with Races, Rescues, and Runaways and Toy Workshop, which I do not have, Flicka. I'm not going to buy that because obvious reasons. I like this version better. And they're literally the same stuff. But anyway, Best of Gordon. This is the only best of to get two Lionsgate versions. Well, obviously it has this poster art, and it also has the box set design with Season 8 style Gordon, which has the same name. But luckily, I like this version, obviously, the better. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, yes, the gold cover of Best of Gordon is the original 2003 release, but the one with just a plain yellow is the 2004 reprint. Which I'm pretty sure that's correct. The gold is the original 2003 DVD, but if it's a plain yellow, it's the 2004 reprint. Kind of like with Thomas's Snowy Surprise, the glittery, sparkly gray cover is the original 2003 release, and the standard gray one is the 2004 reprint, despite it says they're still listed as they still say copyright 2003 on the back. But yeah, another reason I would like to get this 6-disc pack of this and the other 3 best ofs and 10 Years of Thomas and Thomas the Treasure flick is because I remember back in my old childhood days in the library, when they used to put these DVDs in, like, they have these little sleeve things, and you have to take them to the front, and they'll put these in these little blue cases. It happens with CDs, too. They used to do those back in the day, like I mentioned. They did those back in the day, but they stopped that because I realized they had to use standard DVD cases. They thought standard DVD cases would work better. The similar thing with their Blu-rays. Well, if I get the 6-disc pack with this and the other 3 best ofs and Treasure and 10 Years of Thomas, I would like to look at that for old time's sake. And the similar thing with all the other best ofs I mentioned. Alright, next up, New Friends for Thomas. Obviously, this got a Lionsgate reprint by itself, or a double feature, 2 double features with Spills and Chills, the Easter version or the normal edition. Yeah, and yep, also coming up this May would have been tributing the 5-year contribution of Michael Angelis's passing. Well, this May to be exact, coming up at the end of May would be contributing the 5th year of Michael Angelis's passing. Oh, wait. Yep, there's New Friends for Thomas. And I think I actually brought Stevie's vs. Diesels by accident, Flicka, but I think I might. If you want me to show it, that's fine, because I know it's in a Lionsgate 4-disc pack with another Thomas DVD track stars. Okay. Because despite this is the original release, I'm pretty sure there's one way to... There's actually 2 ways you can find Stevie's vs. Diesels by Lionsgate. In a double feature with Solar Celebration, which I'll show eventually soon. And in this 4-disc pack with track stars and 2 other entertainment shows which you don't care about, which I'm not going to say them out loud. Actually, this was appropriate to show Stevie's vs. Diesels. Yep. And then Thomas and the Jet Engine is next. Yeah, I remember seeing this Lionsgate reprint of this at Target, Flicka, when I was shopping at Target with my family. And, my mom was really tired. Well, I don't want to say this, but I was with my mom and my sister and my brother, and I saw this on the shelf. I was like, oh my gosh, I like this release, so I want to own this, but I realized this was a Lionsgate re-release, and I got rid of it. I remember owning the Lionsgate reprint of Toss the Jet Engine for years, but then I got rid of it because I wanted the original 2004 release better. But there's also... But I know someone... when I watched this guy's video, Totally Thomas Volume 8, years ago, Flicka, his Toss the Jet Engine copy was a reprint from 2009 by Lionsgate on DVD. Which kind of shocked me, because his Thomas Gets Tricked was the original Anchor Bay release, and his Thomas Gets Bumped was a slim case artwork in a thicker case. And I know I'm going to also bring up It's Great to Be an Engine, if that's correct, because I think there's 2 ways you can find It's Great to Be an Engine by Lionsgate. Well, hopefully this is correct. I'll also show It's Great to Be an Engine, despite it has the original packaging, but there's some Lionsgate packs it can be found in. If you want me to take It's Great to Be an Engine away and just go straight to Hooray for Thomas, that's fine.
I don't, because I'm going to show off Hooray for Thomas because it's very interesting, because it...
Well, let me just briefly show...
reprint, but not...
Hold on, hold on, I gotta show the... I guess I'll show this quickly, Flicka, because despite this has the original packaging, it somewhat got a Lionsgate release. It's Great to Be an Engine, despite it plays the original content. It got an Easter Lionsgate packaging. It got an Easter packaging, and it got a... It's in the fun pack with Solar Celebration and Calling All Engines the movie. I guess this is fine to show It's Great to Be an Engine, then we can show Hooray for Thomas. Okay, now let's show Hooray for Thomas.
Mine is a very interesting copy, because mine's a Lionsgate...
That's the original Anchor Bay casing, technically.
Yeah, but the disc is the Lionsgate reprint. Not the packaging, but the disc. I popped it in, but it has the original Anchor Bay logo at the beginning.
Oh, anyway. Yep, hurry for Thomas. This not much to say about this release either. I know a lot of people own this in their collection. And then I'll briefly show Solar Celebration this version. I technically have Solar Celebration Flicker, but I'm not going to open it because I gotta. But I'll tell you, after this, we're skipping to Percy Saves the Day because Songs from the Station was the only Season 8 Thomas release that Lionsgate didn't touch for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, briefly show Solar Celebration. I'm not going to open this copy. But I know this can be found in that 3-disc pack I told you with Snowy Surprise and Carnival Capers, and they'll play the Lionsgate intro, despite they have the original logos on their discs. And then Percy Saves the Day. I'm surprised this, Breakfast, and Steamies vs. Diesels, and Rusty the Rescue, and Jet Engine got in a 6-disc pack, which I'm never getting that either. Oh, yep, here's Percy Saves the Day. Now it's time for Calling All Engines.
All right. Let me see. I had to take a couple of Thomas DVDs out to get Calling All Engines because it was a little bit jammed in with the others.
Probably should get another shelf, but if you're fine with the shelf you have, that's fine. But I mean, Calling All Engines.
Calling All Engines.
Yep. The only model series Thomas special to get reprinted by Lionsgate. But luckily yours it still plays like the original almost, except it plays Lionsgate previews at the beginning. Mine plays like the original DVD. Yep, this can be found for Lionsgate ones. Despite like they can still play the original, this can be found in Lionsgate packs like the Fun Pack or the 3-movie pack with The Great Discovery and Hero of the Rails. Or you can find this in the Whistle Express collection with Milkshake Model and Carnival Capers. Okay, now on to Track Stars, which this one I'll have to explain so much of this flick of this. This has so many Lionsgate re-released versions. Not just the standard version, but it's also there's the Flashcards edition, the Easter edition packaging.
Yep.
And this is in the 4-disc pack with Steamies vs. Diesels and that one Bob the Builder and Fireman Sam DVD, which I'll never say right here. But I'm pretty sure the disc for this copy of Track Stars that's in the 4-disc pack will probably play the Lionsgate intro. I'm pretty sure, even though I like this reprint, despite it's a reprint from 2007, it plays like the original 2006 DVD still. Wait, Thomas the Real Revengeance is next. This one can be found by Lionsgate by itself or in a double feature with Toy Workshop. Both the Easter and the normal double feature of this in Toy Workshop. Then, after I show all the mainstream Thomas releases, flick, I do have one cool box set I want to show you to tell you a story that's something cool, interesting about that box set later. But anyway, Tales from the Tracks. This can be found in the Lunchbox set with Best of Percy and Races, Rescues, and Runaways. And, well, I know it's in... Yeah, it only can be found in Lionsgate re-released by itself, or in that Let's Explore with Thomas 4-disc pack, where this and Come Ride the Rails and Calling All Engines have Lionsgate intros, whereas the Great Speed Engine plays the original. There's On Site with Thomas, which I know you're not going to show either of those because they're both Anchor Bay releases. Wait. On Site with Thomas, obviously, can be found by itself by Lionsgate, or in the 2 double features by Lionsgate, either with Races, Rescues, and Runaways, or its sequel, Thomas's Trusty Friends. And I know this can be found in the Playdate pack with Really Brave Engines and Jet Engine. Yep, this Jet Engine and Really Brave Engines can be found in one 3-disc pack called the Playdate Pack, which I don't know if I want to get that, Flicka, but I want to. Maybe I'll think about that. But anyway, that's On Site with Thomas all done. And I'm only showing the original release of Thomas's Halloween Adventures, because obvious reasons this can be found by itself by Lionsgate, or in a Halloween double feature with Percy's Ghostly Trick. And then Come Ride the Rails. Yep, this can be found in some Lionsgate re-releases. This has by Lionsgate by itself, or in the the Let's Explore with Thomas pack I just mentioned with Tales from the Tracks, or it can be found in this 3-disc pack that comes with Really Brave Engines and the Great Discovery movie. Now here's something I explained with Milkshake Model Flicker, which explained like how some Lionsgate releases of Ola Thomas TVs, the Hit Entertainment logo is squashed up. It's much larger. Well, this one, the Milkshake Model 20th Century Fox Slim Case variant, the Hit Entertainment logo squashed on that one too. But I'm pretty sure this did get a Lionsgate release, if I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Because I know this can be found in the Lionsgate Whistle Express collection, despite the original release. I think this was right to show Milkshake Model, because I think there's a Spanish double feature of this and Track Stars by Lionsgate. So I guess that technically qualifies, but because I guess that technically qualifies. But... Anyways, Toss's Trusty Friends is next, which it can be found in a double feature. Well, it can be found by itself by Lionsgate, or it can be found in a double feature with, well, its prequel On Site with Thomas. And now on to Carnival Capers.
Yeah, which
I'm
going to get that right now because I have the Lionsgate reprint of that.
Yeah, I think some people got this messed up on their Thomas H. Mars of Carnival Capers. I thought this one got re-released by Lionsgate in 2008. Right around the time Lionsgate took over Anchor Bay in 2008. This DVD might have been the first Thomas DVD to be re-released by Lionsgate first, before the other ones got reprints in 2009. Yeah, I'm not going to bother opening up mine because it's in a slipcover. But I know yours doesn't have a slipcover, and it's the Lionsgate re-release from 2008. Or some people say it is a 2009 reprint of Carnival Capers, despite it plays like the original. But I know this got a... Well, this one is in the Celebrate with Thomas 3-disc pack with, well, Snowy Surprise and Solar Celebration, which I don't have that. Next up to Thomas and the Toy Workshop, which can be found in the double feature with, well, the double feature by Lionsgate with Really Brave Engines, the original version, or the Easter version. Or this can be found by Lionsgate by itself. The Lionsgate and Universal reprints of this release Flicker are so common when I look for them on eBay, but I wanted the original Anchor Bay release back with not faded artwork. I always see a version of Toy Workshop pop up on eBay. Either it's the Lionsgate or the Universal re-release. Like, those are like the most easier versions to find. But I also know there's some packs that this DVD can be found in. There's the 3-disc pack, like I mentioned before. This and Snowy Surprise and Races, Rescues, and Runaways were in that 3-disc pack. But I'm pretty sure this and Races, Rescues, and Runaways were Lionsgate reprints, but Toss's Snowy Surprise kept the original case, the original cover art. But now on to Ultimate Christmas. Which actually I will get the Lionsgate collection of this and Holiday Express and Merry Winter Wish Flick Love Returns, the Lionsgate Holiday Favorites DVD box set, the Lionsgate version of that, to replace their clear discs in Thomas's Holiday Collection. Because that one in Holiday Favorites, rather, they fixed the error on Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventure. That's why I'm going to probably find it. Yeah. I'm just going to show mine. If you have your Ultimate Christmas with you,
I do have that. What I meant to say about Thomas' Snowy Surprise, it's the last single classic series release that isn't mashed together.
Okay.
The one that is this.
But people just say, just get this and don't even buy Christmas Wonderland and Snowy Surprise, because this one combines them both.
And there are, believe it or not, what you said about Thomas' Snowy Surprise sometimes happens here on some copies of Ultimate Christmas.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, everyone knows about Ultimate Christmas. It combines all the releases in one, which I think I like better. Well, yep. But I know I'm not getting the Lionsgate reprint of this by itself. But even though some people, this one guy also has the Lionsgate reprint in a slim case, Flicka. But I don't know how he got two Lionsgate reprints of Ultimate Christmas in Wooden Train bonus packs, one with the Winter Caboose and with the hand car, because usually if it's his Anchor Bay, it's supposed to be the slim case Anchor Bay release, but if it says Lionsgate, it's the Lionsgate reprint. Which that really surprised me. But anyway, next up to Thomas and the Treasure. Which something I will bring up I like about the Lionsgate reprint, and despite, yes, it makes sense to put the New Hit Entertainment logo, at least they put the portrait of Cartoon Thomas on the Lionsgate re-release of Thomas and the Treasure on DVD, Flick Love Returns, whereas the original Anchor Bay one, which I don't like that much, they made it so naked. It's like, where's the Thomas? He's on the slipcover. Why is he not on the spine on the actual DVD? That's why I'm going to upgrade to the Sounds of Sodor version. But okay, and hopefully when after we do I do the Great Discovery Flicker, let's just show the Adventure Pack. Hopefully let's just show the Adventure Pack, please. Because I know you just have one Season 12 Thomas DVD.
Yeah, actually I have one more model series release from the Hit era that actually contains a mix of Hit era and classic series stuff, but it shows the back cover. But this is Mud Glorious Mud.
Yeah, I noticed yours was missing the front art. Yeah, I think it's missing some of the artwork, but mine has everything on it. Yeah, this one got a Lionsgate reprint, like basically by itself, or an Easter double thing, which I'm just gonna look for the Easter packaging because I like the packaging, but I don't need the Lionsgate reprint. And find the Sounds of Sodor version. And now this one I'm going to show Engines and Escapades fast Flicka, because this got a Lionsgate reprint 2 times, or re-released. This did get re-released by Universal. And, okay, I'm getting close, Flicka, that after I show this, The Great Discovery, I want to show all the Adventure Pack Season 12 DVDs. Just to make it easier. Hopefully just make it easier, I'll just show the Adventure Pack. Since you've only just got Railway Friends.
I'll just have you show the Adventure Pack then.
Okay. Okay, thank you. But anyway, Great Discovery. I know this can be found in two box sets. The movie pack with this, Calling All Engines and Hero of the Rails, and the 3-disc pack with Really Brave Engines and Come Ride the Rails, which I'm not getting those packs. I really don't need the 3-movie pack of this and Calling All Engines, and well, even though it is better, because I mean, because you know the 10-movie birthday collection, Flicka, they skipped out on some Thomas movies. The movies they skipped out on 10-movie birthday collection were this, The Adventure Begins, and Journey Beyond Sodor. Even though it's strange because I have those movies individually, I'll probably just get the 10-movie birthday collection anyway, because I have these solo anyway. Well, I guess this makes sense. But anyway, The Great Discovery's all done. And now I'm going to show all the Adventure Pack of Season 12, which, yes, all of these are Lionsgate re-releases. All 4 of these are. But I know Railway Friends got a Lionsgate reprints a few times. High Speed Adventures didn't get a re-release, and Team Up with Thomas got a few Lionsgate reprints up to 2012, and Percy and the Bandstand got in just by itself or in this box set. But I know Railway Friends and Team Up with Thomas, they're in a 3-disc pack with Wobbly Wheels and Whistles, which is coming eventually soon. And we go to Hero. Well, from here on out, everything's going to be Lionsgate Flick Love Returns. Well, since we're now at Hero of the Rails. Yep. I know where this can be found. I told you about those multi-packs. Well, this can be found in the 3-movie pack with, well, of course, The Great Discovery and Calling All Engines. And then Holiday Express, I mentioned this, is in the holiday favorites with Ultimate Christmas and Merry Winter Wish. I'll bring something up, well, let's just show them. Splish Splash Splosh is next. Thomas and the Runaway Kite. Blowing through these fast. The Greatest Stories. This is the only classic compilation that didn't get re-released by Universal. I wish it did, but I guess they didn't want to. They thought this release wasn't as good as Engine Friends, so that's why they passed out on this release. But man, you should get this release, Flick of Lover Returns. The Greatest Stories. I mean, this has almost an even amount of Ringo Starr and George Carlin, technically, because there's the Thomas Saves the Day enhanced read-along, where it has Ringo Starr's American narration of Thomas Saves the Day from season 1. So this has an equal balance of Ringo and George Carlin for this DVD you'll like. Well, because there's 4 Carlin episodes, 3 Ringo episodes, but Ringo Starr also does the narration of Thomas Saves the Day enhanced read-along. And Creaky Cranky, which I remember getting this from a Big Lots years ago, which has the collectible coloring book from Blue Mountain Mystery. I'm glad I picked this version out, Flick, because that way it wasn't so bare and naked without a paper inside. That's why I found this at Big Lots. Oh man, this garbage, Misty Island Rescue. Yeah. Merry Winter Wish. And now this, I'm going to now explain, since I'm at the last release, the line of Sodor Flicka. All these 4 were in a 4-disc pack called the Steam Team Collection, which I know you don't have that. Probably going to pass on that. But I'm surprised these got put into a 4-disc pack like the Adventure Pack did. Anyways, there's the line of Sodor all done. Anyways, now on to this Wobbly Wheels and Whistles. I mentioned this was in the 3-disc pack with Railway Friends and Team Up with Thomas. And we're getting close to the Birthday Express Flick of Returns. So after I show Pop Goes Thomas, we're going to both show the Birthday Express. Yep, here's Pop Goes Thomas. Alright. Now onto the Birthday Express.
All right. All right. Here I come. I'm going to get...
Yep, the Birthday Express. Yeah, I know both of ours did come with a paper insert, because if you got this back in the day, it came with that wooden whistle, which none of us have. That's the Birthday Express done. Now I'll show Thomas in Charge. Yep, Thomas in Charge. That's all done. Day of the Diesels is next. Which I'll just bring this up here since I like this better than Misty Island Rescue Flick Love Returns. This and Misty Island Rescue and Blue Mountain Mystery are in a 3-movie pack together, which I'm never getting. I'm just going to get the 10-movie birthday collection. That has almost all these movies. Except some were omitted. Yep, there's Day of the Diesels. But some people, I don't know why this person complains saying, why is this movie not about Thomas and why is it about Percy? But technically, I like how it's got Percy as the main character instead of Thomas. Because every movie here on out, it's always going to be Thomas. I'm glad they switched that. Anyway, here's Merry Christmas, Thomas.
All right, this is the last Lionsgate DVD that I'm showing off, and then the rest is up to you.
Yep, of course they are. Yep, I noticed yours is in a green case, like I mentioned before. Like I mentioned,
it works because green is a Christmas color.
Yeah, the summer thing. If you had the, it's laid out the same way as your How the Grinch Stole Christmas Jim Carrey DVDs laid out like that. Anyway.
And I even put some green covers for some Percy themed Thomas DVDs as well.
Okay.
And one Henry.
Okay. Anyway, I guess that makes sense because the engines are green technically. Yeah, I'm just have to think about what colored cases to put around these Thomas DVDs. Well, obviously I could do I could put a red case, a red eco box around this Merry Christmas Thomas DVD because like I said, there are so many episodes that I have trouble with. The first and third I like, but the second and fourth, no. Because I like to think the red is like the negative stuff, which I have a mix of 2 good things on here, a mix of 2 good, 2 bad on this. Maybe I'll get this in a red, put a red eco box on this. Well, I'm pretty sure there's red and blue eco boxes you can find. Well, pretty much red is you can pretty much do. Anyway, yep, onto Rescue on the Rails. Curious Cargo. I brought that story. Why did it have the original artwork in the library rental case, but the Universal re-release disc was inside? I brought that in the last stream. Yeah. Of course, Up and Away. Only got released by Lionsgate once. I meant. Alright. Yep, here's Engine Friends. Yeah, I still need to hunt down this as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I think these narrators are kind of balanced on Engine Friends because there's only what? I think there's 4 Brandon stories on. There's 9 Brandon stories. This one kind of makes the numbers a bit off their balance. There's 4 Ringo, 2 George, a couple of Baldwin episodes, and 9 Brandon stories. Well, let's see. There's 5 Baldwin stories on this. There's 5 Baldwin, 4 Ringo. So I think George's episodes are the least on this one. Kind of backwards, like with Cranky Bugs was the only Baldwin one on on Greatest Stories. Cranky Bugs was the only Baldwin episode on Greatest Stories, but there were 4 Carlin and 3 Ringo. Yep, and of course Engine Friends. Not much to say about Engine Friends, but everyone needs to have this DVD. The last Model Series compilation episodic Thomas DVD in America. But anyway, Schoolhouse Delivery. Yep. So not much to say with this one, but here's Blue Mountain Mystery. I know this can be found. I know I mentioned that with the 3-movie pack with this and Day of the Diesels and Misty Island Rescue, which I don't need that. Yeah, and I brought up how actually I'm at 50-50 on the Thomas and Henry flashbacks in CGI Flick Love Returns. The down the mine for Thomas and come out Henry for Henry, but Percy's they need to fix a little bit. For a Scar for Percy flashback for Percy. But I actually kind of liked Henry and Thomas's flashbacks in CGI 50-50 on. Because at least they were made the same way. But anyway, that's what I know about them. Anyway, here's a Very Thomas Christmas. Yep, Sticky Situations. Muddy Matters. And then Go Thomas. There's Railway Mischief. Still missing a slipcover for this. And Animals Aboard. Okay, 1018 in my state. King of the Railways next. Yep, like I said, yes. 18 after 10 in my state. There's King of the Railway. I've got 4 more Thomas DVDs left by Lionsgate, and I'll show you something bonus that I want to address something with this flicker. But anyway, here's Santa's Little Engine. The Thomas Way. Spills and Thrills. And the last mainstream Thomas DVD I have by Lionsgate Flicka is Trouble on the Tracks. But I will be showing something bonus because I have something to bring up with that box set, which is to show up, just to make it go a little bit more. And this one box set I want to show you, Flicka, because it has something to do with Lionsgate stuff. I'll show you this. This is the Steam Engine Stories box set. I remember my mom getting this off Amazon for me back in the day. But the reason why I had to take it back is because all these DVDs were Lionsgate re-releases, and I got so mad. I was like, but this is the 20th Century Fox version of this box set, and I don't know why the Lionsgate re-releases were in this box. Usually they're supposed to contain the original releases inside. And then I had to ask my mom to return it back, and then I asked her, can you please get me something else, and hopefully doesn't screw me over again. So she got me Thomas Gets Tricked DVD from Amazon instead. Yeah, that's a really interesting story I had to bring up with this box set Flick Love Returns of Steam Engine Stories.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll just say this. I think now we are done with this collection. Just I wanted to explain something with that box set.
All right. I hope you enjoyed this stream.
Yep. I'm glad I got to be on this tonight.
Well, I will see you. I will see you next.
What?
Next week, where we will be doing we might do the 2025 edition of the Paramount Collection next.
That could be a cool one to try. I guess we'll try that out.
And then on the 21st,
So Okay.
On the 21st, I will be taking like a spring break, and then I'll be back on the 28th.
Okay.
So while
So
movie number 98 is going to leave, I will be
yeah,
staying
I'm gonna
on
go.
there for a little bit
I'm gonna.
longer because
Okay. I'm gonna go. Flick Love Returns. Thanks for having me on tonight. You can keep explaining it till your thing's over. I'll see you later. Goodbye, and thanks for having me on.
okay. That was so Movie and Game Lover 98 left the stream, and now we can have our own conversation. Which I'll probably stay for another hour. So, what I was thinking of what the actual dialogue for Fred kicking Will Leastone out of his house, I would be like, Will Leastone, I've had enough of this nonsense. Get out of my house now. And then Will Leastone would be like, oh, okay, if you say so, Fred. And then Betty would say, Fred Flintstone, how could you? Will Leastone did nothing wrong. Kind of like that. And then that's when we get Barney to say, shame on you, Fred. You have made my wife cry. You know I was really looking forward to have Will Leastone come over, and you've ruined it. Shame on you, Fred. And then hearing the conversation, Wilma is like, Fred Flintstone, knock it off. And he's like, oh, Wilma, I'm in hot water now. Well, the premise of the episode is Barney is really looking forward to meeting Will Leastone, voiced by the legendary Will Lee, who did Mr. Hooper on Sesame Street. And basically what happens is Fred is very jealous of Will Leastone staying over at Barney's house. He's also jealous because he was not invited. And then Will Leastone causes multiple accidents to happen, which gets Fred really, really angry that he kicks Will Leastone out of his own house. And then we have Betty Rubble break down crying hysterically. Barney then confronts Fred and is like, shame on you. And then Wilma and Mr. Slate both punish Fred for his behavior. And Wilma would be like, Frederick Flintstone! That was absolutely the most despicable thing that I've ever seen. How could you treat Will Leastone like that? And then Fred tries to explain, like, oh, look, honey, I can explain. And he's like, and then she's like, you bet you got some explaining to do. Did you know how frightened Will Leastone was when you threatened him? You also made my best friend Betty cry because of you, and it's all thanks to you. There's someone else who'd like to speak to you about this too. And then Mr. Slate comes in and says, Flintstone! That behavior is completely unacceptable. He is one of the employees at the quarry, and you do not treat people at the quarry with disrespect. If this happens again, you will automatically be terminated from and fired from your job at the quarry. I don't think you're getting away with no punishment because you got a big punishment ahead of your time. Yes. And then Wilma says, yes. After you get home from work, you are going to be taking out the trash for the entire week. And then Mr. Slate says, and to top it all off, you will be staying at the quarry for 3 extra hours after quitting time for a full week. I hope you learn your lesson, because if you don't, the consequences will be even worse. And then he's like, yes, Mr. Slate. Yes, Wilma. How did you like that I explained the entire premise? All right. If Thomas and Dragon Tales crossed over, and Thomas and Clifford, that would be really cool. Like if the big engines were surprised by Clifford's ginormous size, and if Thomas and all the other gang were unaware of the location of Dragonland, that would be a very cool surprise indeed. Like maybe Percy teaming up with Cassie, Gordon teaming up with Ord. Yes, they get a scene. And they are primarily at the beginning of the episode when Pebbles and Bam Bam are basically playing outside in the sandbox, or stone box, I should say. And Dino is playing fetch with Wilma. I'm doing pretty good. That dialogue is amazing. Movie and Game Lover 98. All right. Okay. Husky Dog 88, how did you like the premise for Will Leastone's visit? Yeah. And I remember Husky Dog 88, you told me there was an episode of season 7 you came up with where Fred actually stands up to his own mother-in-law. Um, I think I did. Yeah. And what about maybe an episode from Husky Dog 88? What about a Flintstones episode where we were discussing an episode where Elmo Rockbottom from the episode Daddy's Anonymous could babysit Rocky and Sandy while the boys are out bowling and the girls are going to the movies. Yeah. And anyway, we came up with an idea of a Flintstones episode from season 8 where Elmo Rockbottom babysat Rocky and Sandy while Fred and Barney were bowling and Wilma and Betty were going to the movies. Oh, to answer your question, Husky Dog 88, Pebbles, Bam Bam, and Dino would be crying because they are all alone, but Rocky and Sandy would come up with an idea for Elmo Rockbottom to also babysit Pebbles, Bam Bam, and Dino in addition to Rocky and Sandy. Sure. And what about Sir Topham Hatt as Mr. Slate, who is Fred's boss? You know, Husky Dog 88, I was thinking of the episode 10 Little Flintstones from season 4, and I was shocked that none of the Jetsons made a cameo in that episode. There were some Jetsons episodes that had Flintstones characters make a cameo, but there wasn't a Flintstones episode where Jetsons characters made a cameo, and 10 Little Flintstones could have been a great episode to feature a brief cameo by the Jetsons. What if we adapted a similar episode like that into season 8, where this time they make robot replicas of Barney, and this time the Jetsons do make a cameo. Maybe let's call it maybe 20 little rubbles. And unlike Um. Oh. Well. Yeah. I'm surprised, Husky Dog 88, that there was. Oh, what if there were? If we adopted a similar episode, similar to the episode Dino disappears, except this time it happens with Hoppy, the Hopperoo. Maybe let's call it Come Back Hoppy. Similar in plot to Dino disappears, except Barney doesn't really do anything to deserve Hoppy running away. He doesn't act like a jerk, unlike Fred, who did. Hoppy just mysteriously disappears and runs off. And Betty and Barney break down crying, and Wilma also joins in because she feels bad for Betty missing Hoppy. How do you like that idea, Husky Dog ED? It's like the Rubbles version of Dino disappears. Send in the Rubbles. And maybe we should have Fred break down crying as well when Hoppy come home. All right, you're welcome, Movie and Game Lover 98. And how would you like the Jetsons to actually do make a cameo in Send in the Rubbles? What do you think? What do you think the premise of Hoppy Come Home should be? That will be and maybe this can be what, like maybe the season 7 episode, episode 15, Hoppy Come Home, season 7 episode 15. How did you like the idea of an episode where Hoppy runs away? Kind of like the season 4 episode where the same thing happened to Dino. Like, in terms of premise and how I changed it up compared to Dino Disappears. What did you think of the premise of it, though? It does parody Lassie while it also has that same realistic plot. So it's a mixture of both. Anyway, how did you like Betty's reaction in the episode Will Lee Stone's visit after Fred rudely kicked him out of the house? Yes, we definitely should have Flintstones variants of Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Maybe called Charlie Rock and Snoop Stone. You think maybe Betty's reaction was justified? It's like, she's like, Fred, how could you? Will Lee Stone did nothing wrong. Oh, and Yeah, but Betty was the one that broke down because she had sympathy for Barney while also scolding Fred. After Betty broke down crying, that's when Barney confronts Fred about his behaviors, like, "Shame on you, Fred. You made my wife cry. You know I was really looking forward to see Willie Stone." Betty's... What do you think of the reason, like, maybe Betty was crying because she knew how much Barney loved Willie Stone, but Fred was being a complete jerk to him and scolding him for and scolding him. But Fred was being a complete jerk to him, and Betty was scolding Fred for kicking him out of the house. What about... I already saw Stone Trek earlier, like last year. Anyway, what did you think of the reason Betty was crying that I explained? Let's say it was because she knew how much Barney loved Willie Stone and was completely distraught when Fred kicked Willie Stone out of his house. Oh, what if we had more Betty-centric themed episodes in season 7? There hasn't been one since season 4's Old Lady Betty. Maybe call it Chef Betty. It's kind of like the season 1 episode In the Dough, because Betty is making something special. And Fred wanted to help Betty out with the cooking. And that can be the season 7 finale, Chef Betty. Fred's temper. Julia Child will guest star. Oh, should we have a season 9, or maybe a season 8 or season 9 episode guest starring John Ritter in the Flintstones? Like maybe Rock Ritter, or like the return of Rock Ritter. It's like the sequel episode to the return of Stoney Curtis, except, well, maybe we could have John Ritter teach Fred the importance of comedy, kind of like how Tony Curtis as Stoney Curtis taught Fred about acting. And how would you like Chef Betty this to be the season 7 finale, and she and Fred both help out making the ingredients together. John Ritrock. There we go. John Ritrock. And in this episode, Barney Rubble is really looking forward to see John Ritrock perform in the Bedrock Talent Show. And what if Fred was trying to help Betty out, but in the process of finishing it, Fred accidentally makes a big mess, and then he breaks down crying because he was working really hard to help Betty, and he messed everything up, and he feels so bad of himself. But Betty immediately tells Fred not to take it so hard on himself because he knew because she knew it was an accident the entire time. Like, oh, Betty, look what I've done. I've ruined your recipe. Well, actually, John Ritter was in the game, like in 1967. In the dating game, that is. John Ritter was actually a comedian in 1967 in the dating game. So yes, we will have him appear in a season 8 episode called John Ritrock Comes to Bedrock, or something like that. Remember when Don Messick actually did the voice of the robot Fred instead of Alan Reed? I was quite shocked that the robot Fred was not done by Alan Reed, but the real Fred Flintstone that got blamed for it was. But for Send in the Rubbles, should we still have Mel Blanc do the robot Barney voice in addition to the real Barney? Because he's like the man of 1,000 voices. Yes. Oh, you know what I was thinking? Do you think maybe we should have an episode where infants, Pebbles, and Bam Bam learn about puppetry? Maybe we should have Jim Henson appear in that Flintstones episode from season 10, and he can guest star maybe as Jim Henstone instead of Jim Henson. Henstone. Jim Henstone. Get it? Henson, but with stone instead of sun. Maybe we should also have Frank Oz also guest star in that episode too. And Carol Spinney. We could have 3 puppeteers guest star in that episode too. Like Jim Henson, Frank Oz, and Carol Spinney. As Jim Henstone, Rock Oz, and Carol let's say Carol Spinrock. All 3 of those puppeteers worked on Sesame Street, which would be in production around that time. Season 10 was in production. So it makes sense for it to be a season 10 episode because of it. What do you think? And as I said, yes, why not have it air on November 14th, 1969, 4 days after Sesame Street premiered? Jim? How did you like the episode air date being November 14th, 1969? Because Sesame Street premiered on November 10th of that year. What about Velma Dinkstone? Velma Dinkstone instead of Velma Dinkley. Maybe Shaggy Roger Rock? He would look similar to Dino, except Dino would have stripes, except Scooby would have stripes instead of spots to distinguish between the two. And he'd be colored orange instead of instead of purple. Either that or brown. And how did you like season 8 actually being the first season to have one Sesame Street cast member appearing in the Flintstones, where Loretta Long, who did Susan Robinson on Sesame Street, does Betty Rubble, and it's very unique in that season 8 would be the first season which Betty is voiced by an African American actress, unlike Bea Benaderet and Jerry Johnson. What did you think of the premise for Chef Betty from season 7? And including this one scene where Fred is so ashamed of himself after making a big accident while trying to finish up the recipe. And then Betty forgives Fred because she knew it was an accident and it was not his fault. Is it just me, or does Pebbles and is it just me, or does Poe from Teletubbies kind of sound similar to Pebbles, especially with the tone of her voice? Because of her soft tone, kind of similar to Pebbles. You know, suppose Hanna-Barbera was founded in like maybe if Hanna-Barbera was founded in like 1953 instead of 1958, maybe Carl Stalling could have done the music for Hanna-Barbera before Hoyt Curtin took over in 1958. What do you think? Because Carl Stalling composed music for Looney Tunes, and he could have had an opportunity to compose for Hanna-Barbera if Hanna-Barbera was founded before 1958. Well, I've heard Carl Stalling and Hoyt Curtin have done a great job. Composing music for classic cartoons. And that's how I came up with the idea. What did you think of the idea of Carl Stalling composing music for Hanna-Barbera cartoons before 1958, if it was founded earlier? I don't think so. But I have watched an interview with Alan Reed, Gene Vanderpyle, and Jerry Johnson, which was an interview from around 1965 during production of season 6. It was just an audio clip, but it was found on YouTube. You know, I've been thinking, since Mel Blanc was the man of 1,000 voices, how would you feel if Mel Blanc also participated with the Muppets, in addition to Jim Henson, Frank Oz, Carol Spinney, Jerry Nelson, Martin P. Robinson? Because Mel Blanc is the man of 1,000 voices, and he does a successful job at doing voices. But it's a shame that Mel Blanc missed an opportunity to be part of the Muppet crew. He could have worked on Sesame Street if that was the case, and The Muppet Show. Considering he was the man of 1,000 voices in cartoons, he could have easily done so with Muppets. Like, for example, Mel Blanc could have voiced the letter counterpart to the Count, called the Alpha, who is a green vampire, unlike the Count, who is a purple vampire. Like, if Mel Blanc were to be doing the Alpha, he would probably do the voice in a similar fashion to the Count, like, apple starts with A, ball starts with B. Oh, oh. That's how he would laugh, unlike the Count, who would go, ah. And had Mel Blanc actually participated with the Muppets, he could have also voiced some other characters, like, you know, in Husky Dog 88, what if Mel Blanc actually voiced Elmo's older teenage brother named Elmer, who is the antagonist of Elmo. Unlike Elmo, Elmer would speak in first person. And Mel Blanc would have been like, I'm gonna get you, Elmo, if it's the last thing I do. I'm gonna get you. If there was a segment, maybe Elmer's. I don't think Elmer would have a world, but it would be an episode. It would be a segment about Elmer's schemes. Well, I will get you for this sounds more appropriate for a kids show like Sesame Street. He is like the villain of Elmo. Elmo is the protagonist, Elmer's the antagonist. And unlike Elmo, who speaks third person and really has a high-pitched voice, Elmer, on the other hand, would have a very low voice, similar to Sylvester from Looney Tunes. Well, basically, he would be stealing stuff from Elmo. Like, he would steal Elmo's toys. And he would probably beat Elmo at games deliberately to make Elmo feel bad. I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Elmer could appear in 1985, and Mel Blanc could voice Elmer from 1985 to 1989 when Blanc passed. And after Blanc passed, Elmer would be retired. We're doing this because we're imagining what it would be like if Mel Blanc was on Sesame Street from 1969 to 1989. And Husky Dog 88, how did you like the idea of the voices that Elmer and Elmo use in comparison? Unlike Elmo, who speaks third person and has a high-pitched voice, Elmer would speak first person and would have a low-pitched voice, which is like the polar opposite of Elmo. And Elmer's color would be a more berry-shaped red that looks more crimson, whereas Elmo is like more of a solid red. And Elmer would have a pink nose, unlike Elmo, who had an orange nose. Kind of like that. I'm gonna... Yes, like the dog from the Foghorn Shorts. And you want to know the age? While Elmo would be 3.5 years old, how would you like Elmer to be like 16 years old? As a result, Elmer would be bigger than Elmo. And you know what I was thinking? If Mr. Snuffleupagus appeared before 1971, yes, Elmer would get grounded for being mean to Elmo. Because Elmo is the one that tells Elmer that he's going to get his comeuppance if he doesn't stop being mean to Elmo. It's like, anyway, Elmo, I'm gonna get you for this. That's how. Where Elmo sounds like this. Elmo loves all his friends on Sesame Street. But Elmer, on the other hand, would sound more like. Well, actually, Snuffy appeared before 1985, but Big Bird was in disbelief because he thought Snuffy was real, whereas everyone else believed that Snuffy was imaginary, and so only Big Bird saw Snuffy, but nobody else did. This just goes to show that Snuffy actually appeared before 1985, but it wasn't until 1985 when they found out that Snuffy was real. Because Jerry Nelson voiced him from 1971 to 1977. And then Michael Earl did the voice from 1977 to like 1981. And then Martin P. Robinson started voicing Snuffy in 1982. But it wasn't until 1985 when they found out Snuffy was real. If Snuffy were to appear in the first season, whereas Mel Blanc could have easily done that voice similar to that of Sylvester, but he didn't appear until the second season, but it wasn't until 1985 when and anyway, what if by 1968, what if by like maybe 1968 during seasons 9 and 10, the Flintstones would be made by Hanna-Barbera in conjunction with the Children's Television Workshop for the last 2 seasons, although the CTW would be only credited in the credits. Because I can see it might be for children, but had there been like a 1980s syndication run of seasons 9 and 10, we could have a combination of the 79 swirling star logo and 83 CTW logo. what do you think of the idea for an 80s syndication rerun of seasons 9 and 10 using a combination of the Swirling Star logo mixed with the CTW logo from 83? And then later reruns would have the Comedy All-Stars logo paired with the CTW semicircle logo from 1997. Let's say because CTW was founded in 1968, so that's when CTW would decide to team up with Hanna-Barbera by that time. Only in seasons 9 and 10. And they thought, why not have CTW be part of the Flintstones beginning in 1968 with season 9, right after CTW was launched? Seasons 9 and 10 would have the same music as seasons 7 and 8, but it would have Rocky sit next to Fred Flintstone. The animation style will still be the same. The only difference is that CTW will be credited in the credits of season 9 and 10. Let's say, like, from 1968 to 84, CTW would only be credited on the credits. And then from 1984 to 1998 or 97, a combination of the Swirling Star and CTW Sparks logos would come up after the credits. And then around 1998, the master would be updated again with the Hanna-Barbera Comedy All-Stars logo from 94 and the CTW Semicircle logo from 1997. And then by like 2000, they would tone down some of the adult jokes in season 9 and 10. And you know what? What if in the season 7 premiere, Fred threw a tantrum that would be similar to what Microsoft Sam threw tantrums in for the Looney Tunes intro bloopers, except with a less offensive way, like, no, darn, why can't I have my way around here, you ingrate. And then that's when Wilma tells Fred to knock it off. It would be like an angry. Yes, I have. They're very funny. But how did you like the idea of Fred Flintstone throwing a similar tantrum to Microsoft Sam from the Looney Tunes intro bloopers, but with a less offensive way, like no, darn, heck. Why can't they have my way around here? I want Willie Stone out of my house this minute, you ingrate. And then after hearing that, except Fred's face will not shoot off, but it will turn less red after Wilma confronts him. Because I'm not sure if shooting the face off would be a little too gruesome for a show like this, but maybe having him getting hit in the head with a bowling ball, that would be even funnier. Around 1971. What did you think of the idea where instead of Fred's face blowing up like a bomb, he gets hit in the head with a bowling ball after the tantrum? That would be even funnier. Yeah. Yeah. Fred also got hit in the head with a bowling ball in the season 5 episode Monster Fred, but completely. No, I haven't, but I will watch the documentary at some point. Remember when I said that Betty was crying in the episode Monster Fred really dramatically and would do the same thing in the episode Willie Stone's Visit? Well, Fred also gets hit with a bowling ball in both of those episodes, so that makes 2 connections to the episode Monster Fred. So, first with Betty crying hysterically, and then with Fred getting hit in the head with a bowling ball. Both of those things also happened previously in Season 5's Monster Fred. So that means the episode makes a connection with Monster Fred not once, but twice. I think him getting hit in the head with a bowling ball was a perfect example of how actions lead to consequences. And then he's like, "There, Fred, that's what you get for throwing that violent tantrum." And Husky Dog 88, what makes the episode Chef Betty from Season 7 a lot better than In the Dough from Season 1? I will be coming out to get something to eat in a few minutes, so I will chat with you for a few more minutes before I get something to eat. Yeah, and how did you like Fred's emotional reaction after accidentally making a terrible mess while trying to finish the recipe? Where Fred broke down crying and saying how sorry he was. Well, it's not really dinner time, but I'm having a very late dinner. Because this shows how sorry Fred is for screwing things up, but Betty knows it was an accident. Now, that will be the last episode where Jerry Johnson voices Betty before Loretta Long takes over. It'll be season 7, episode 25. Because there will be 25 episodes starting in season 7. Let's say Fred and Barney make the same, or Fred and Betty make dinosaur cookies. They would be basically yeah. And in the flashback, should we have B. Benaderet voice Betty in the flashback instead of Jerry Johnson redubbing it? Because B. Benaderet was the original voice. Should we have Benaderet reprise the role in the flashback instead of having Johnson redubbing it? Or should we also have flashbacks to the episode Dino disappears in the episode Hoppy Come Home? When Fred tells the story about how he and Wilma felt the same way when Dino disappeared? All right, I'm going to go eat something. It was a great stream while it lasted. I will see you next time when we show the Paramount collection with Movie&GameLover98. See you then.